لحبيبي سناه من عرض ربي قلبي له موئل يرعاه بالحب ترقيه عيني وتأبى للكرى سكنا ما لم
Have you ever thought to yourself that you have done so much evil and that you've been sinning for so long that maybe Allah cannot forgive you? You know, and I've heard this before, someone that wants to be a better Muslim, but they've spent 10, 15, 20 years, you know, just completely disobeying Allah. I've been Muslim, I know who Allah is, I've done so much sinning. How could Allah possibly forgive me with the blatant arrogance that I've had and the blatant disrespect for Allah's halal and haram, etc. And we have to remember the story of the man from Bani Israel, and this is narrated in Bukhari and Muslim. He killed 99 people, and then, you know, he decided that he wanted to change his life. So he went to the abid, the person who just worshipped and worshipped and worshipped. He didn't have a lot of knowledge, he just worshipped Allah a lot. And he went to the abid and he told the abid, I've killed 99 people. Do you think Allah can forgive me? You know, he didn't have the ilm to act upon. So he said, no, Allah can't forgive you. So what did the man do? Well, if Allah can't forgive you for the 99, then I'll just make you 100. So he killed him. He killed the man. And, you know, he still wanted to, he still inside of himself, he wanted to find some way to, you know, there has to be some answer for me. So he would ask the people, who do I go to? Who do I go to, you know, to get this answered? And they said, go to this scholar. So they sent him to the scholar now. First they sent him to the abid, just the worshipper. Now they sent him to the scholar, the person who has knowledge. So he went to the scholar and told him, you know, what I have done. I've killed 99, actually I killed 100 people now. Can Allah forgive me? And the scholar's response was, you know, there's nothing between you and Allah's mercy that you've done. There's nothing that you've done that is preventing you from Allah's mercy. He said, of course Allah can forgive you. But he said, but I recommend for you to leave this town. You see, this is the difference with the scholar. The scholar is not only able to tell us right from wrong, but he's able to give us viable solutions. This is, you know, the benefit of the scholars and going to them. The scholar told him, you need to leave this place. If you are serious, if you're serious about wanting Allah to forgive you and wanting to be better, you got to leave here. Because here, you know, there are only going to be people who are going to remind you of your evil. He told him to go to a town. There are people there, they're good. They will help you. They will help you to become a better person. So go to this town. So the man left to go to the town, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saw fit and willed for him to die on his way to this town. And he died on the way there. The angel of mercy came and the angel of punishment came. And they started arguing who should take the soul. The angel of mercy said, I should take it, because he was on his way to tawbah from Allah. He was seeking to be forgiven by Allah. The angel of adhab was saying, no, he didn't reach his place. You know, he was still a person who had committed so much evil, he didn't reach his destination. So finally, you know, the dispute was put in front of Allah Azza wa Jal. What do we do? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them to measure the distance from the town that he was leaving to where he is now, and then measure the distance from where he is now to the town to where he is going, and whichever of them you find to be shorter, that is the angel that will take him, whatever he's closer to. And it is said in Bukhari and Muslim that when they measured, they found him closer to the place where he was heading, so the angel of mercy took his place. One of the companions, and this is in the collection of Imam Muslim, says that he heard from Al-Hasan that actually when the man was in the throes of death, he would crawl upon his chest until he finally reached the place to where he would be closer. But Ibn Kathir mentions in his Bidayah wal Nihaya that Allah Azza wa Jal, when he was telling the angels to measure the distance, you know, that actually in reality the man was closer to the town that he came from. But Allah commanded the earth in the town where he came from to move away. And He commanded the earth in the town to where the man was heading to move closer. So Allah physically changed the dimensions of the earth to make it that the man would be closer. Now, we can see from this the amount of rahmah that Allah is trying to show. The amount of mercy that Allah is trying to show, because Allah could have just caused them to die closer to the town. Very simple, very simplified. But If Allah wanted to change the dimensions of the earth just to give him forgiveness, it shows just the amount of mercy that Allah is willing to extend to someone who is searching for his forgiveness. The links that Allah will go to bring his forgiveness towards his creation when they are willing to come to him is shown through this ending. And there is another very beautiful hadith about Jannah wa Jahannam, that on the day of judgment, when people are being thrown to the hellfire, there will be two people. One of them will be being pushed towards the hellfire, and then the hellfire will withdraw. It'll move back. It'll step back from the person. It'll withdraw itself from the individual. And Allah will ask Jahannam, what is wrong with you? And Jahannam will say to Allah, Ya Allah, he is seeking refuge with you from me. And so Allah will tell Jahannam, release my slave. Let him go. Let him go and he will be forgiven. And then there will be another person who will be pushed towards the hellfire. Maybe his evil deeds outweighed his good deeds. And he will tell Allah, Ya Allah, I never expected this from you. Ya Allah, I would not expect this from you. And Allah will say to that man, well, what did you expect from me? And he will say that I expected that even your mercy would reach me. And Allah will tell Jahannam, release my slave. So this is the amount of mercy that Allah is willing to extend to his creation when some pure effort is made towards Allah, striving for his forgiveness. When it is done with purity, Allah is more forgiving than you can even begin to comprehend and understand. So we can never be despondent of the mercy of Allah. It doesn't matter what you've done in your life. Take this time out to go and stand in front of your Lord. Stand in front of your Lord with some sincerity and be admitting of all the evils you have done, and then ask Allah to forgive it and shield it. And inshallah you will find Allah as merciful as he describes himself, and he will cover you with his forgiveness, and it will be something that will be forgotten between you and your Rabb, inshallah.